We all know the saying, everything was better back then. Many things have gotten better in the last 60 years. Just look at the dropping child mortality rates, the rising wealth, and the emergence of technologies that improve the quality of life. But there's something I forgot to mention. These improvements refer to our species and not to a specific country. In this video, I want to show you why life in the United States has actually gotten worse in the last 60 years. Let's look at crime. The violent crime rate in 1964 was 160 cases for every 100,000 citizens. In 2024, it doubled at 380. When looking at physical health, we can see that the obesity rate for adults has increased from 13% to 40%. An alarming trend that shows that a large part of the U.S. population is not in good shape. Income inequality is also on the rise. In 1964, the wealthiest 1% held about 25% of the nation's wealth. In 2024, this figure has increased to 40%. This shows that the resources are being owned by fewer and fewer Americans, while more do not own significant assets. These trends are shocking, but it gets even worse. While Americans in 1964 spent 5% of their income on healthcare, today's people have to use 15% of their income for healthcare. This shows that the actual burden that is put on America's sick has become heavier. 60 years ago, school shootings virtually did not exist. Therefore, exactly 0 people became victims of school shootings in 1964. In 2024, 69 people died in a school shooting. This is a shocking trend, scaring an entire generation away from going to school. These cases simply did not happen back then, and it would be interesting to know why. School shootings are often linked to an increase in drug use. While we cannot fully determine the impact of drug use, it has also been on the rise. In 1964, about 2,000 people died from drug overdoses. This number has jumped to over 100,000 in 2024, shocking. Alcoholics have also become more common. In 1964, about 7% of the U.S. population was suffering from alcohol abuse disorder. This number has almost doubled to 14% in 2024. What is interesting is that the resources that are being used for prevalence have hugely increased in the same time frame. We have already talked about rising issues, but how does the U.S. government want to solve them? Here, another negative trend shines through. In 1964, the difference between the political parties was rated at 0.4 in the DW Nominate scoring. This number has jumped to 1.0 in 2024. This shows that the ideological gap has widened by more than 100%. This makes it harder to make compromises. This, in turn, makes it harder to solve the country's problems. A highly polarized country will also lead to a less trustful society, as more and more people are observed as ideological enemies. This enemy can also be the U.S. government. In 1964, 70% of Americans said they trusted the government. This number has fallen to 20%, a shadow of its former self. It is already sad that only 1 in every 5 Americans trusts the institutions that are there to protect them. What is even more tragic is that more and more Americans feel that the opposing political party is a threat to their country. In 1964, 15% of the U.S. population held this belief. Today, 60% see the opposing party as a threat. The United States is becoming the divided states. These trends are shocking, and we should all hope that the U.S. will be able to reverse them soon. Nonetheless, although material wealth might have increased, many social factors have become far worse. This doesn't mean that life in every part of the U.S. has gotten worse, but the overall trend seems clear. Thank you so much for watching. I had a hard time making this video, as I now see the United States in a different light. If you like this video, please leave a like. This shows me which type of content my viewers enjoy most. And make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any future videos.